Let me tell you the story of a particle motion. Once upon a time, there was a particle alone in the universe. And this particle that it was alone in the universe, the only thing that it has was a mass and a velocity. And with this mass and this velocity, this particle understands that if the mass increases, something is going to increase itself. And if the velocity increases, something is going to increase itself. So that's why this particle decided to have a new quantity, call it the momentum. That is the multiplication of mass and velocity. But this particle noticed something, and it's the fact that this momentum is not going to change if there is no interaction upon it. So that's why this particle says, okay, no interaction, I will be in my state of motion, of constant speed. And this is why the particle defines something calling the first Newton's law, or the inertia law, that says that if there is no interactions upon a particle, so this particle is going to keep moving or being at rest or moving at constant speed. So this particle was pretty happy because this particle knew every time somebody can talk to it or somebody can interact to it. Then sometimes the particle once saw another particle. And this particle just getting to the conclusion that if it's possible to interact with the other particle, it's gonna happen something. But what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So this particle noticed that because of this interaction, its momentum, it's going to change. So that's why it arrives to the conclusion that if there's a net interaction over its particle, over itself, the momentum is going to change. And if the particle decided to have the same mass, it would change just the velocity to be mass times acceleration. And this is called the second Newton's law. The second Newton's law explains that if over a particle there is a net interaction, a net force, then it's going to be a change of momentum, or is going to be equal to mass times acceleration. But this particle said, hey, but if the blue particle interacts on me, it means that I can interact on the blue particle. So if the blue particle exerts to me a force, so it means that I can apply a force upon the blue particle. But the interactions are kind of the same. So this particle noticed that every time something interacts on it, it can interact upon the other object with the same magnitude and opposite direction. and this is calling action reaction. Action reaction is just a law that explains that if you have two particles and they exert a force, the force between them is equal and in opposite direction. This is the click of the end of this story. The story of the Newton's laws of motion. This is the third Newton's law. And remember, this particle is long, no interactions, so it's going to be at rest or at constant speed. First Newton's law. If there is an interaction, the momentum is going to change. Second Newton's law. And if there is an interaction, those interactions should be a pair, same magnitude and opposite direction. And I hope that you enjoyed this story. And I hope that you like this video and you subscribe to my tube and give me comments and tell me what do you think about the Newton's laws. See you next time. Goodbye.